Evil Surmising, written by Bernadette Guarneri, narrated by Grandma B. Jenny threw herself on the bed. This was the worst day of her life. Oh, why was life so hard? It's not fair. It's not fair. She sobbed to herself, knowing she was being a little dramatic. Ugh. She allowed the tears to flow unrestrained anyway. Her best friend Her best friend did not want to talk to her anymore. And oh no, she was now friends with their sworn enemy. How could this be happening? It was all Miss Hill's fault. She knew they were best friends and they did everything together. So why, oh why did she pair Shelley up with Yasmin? Oh, my life is over. How could she? I'm so angry. Shelley now passed her in the hallway at school. They had been friends for all 7 of their 10 years on this earth. So what was happening to their friendship? Rolling over on her back, she allowed her memory to flow as it flowed through her mind, thinking about the past week. It had all began last Friday. Her best friend, her very best friend, did not have time for her. They usually did everything together, but Friday at lunch, Shelley did not sit with her at their usual lunch table. She sat with Yasmin. Jenny figured, okay, they were working on their project together, as she was with her partner, so they would have, but they could have all sat together, couldn't they? She questioned silently to herself. Even on the school bus, they usually rode home together. Shelley sat by her side, but Jenny could tell her mind was far away and she did not hear most of the juicy gossip Jenny was trying to update her on. That weekend, well, they had spent it working on their projects with their respective partners, so neither one had time for the other. But it was now Wednesday, and well, Jenny was still without her best friend because she was spending more and more time with Yasmin. It's not fair, she said and sat up, wiping her tears away. It would soon be time when they would usually call each other to chat about the day. So today Jenny was hopeful. Maybe, just maybe, her best friend missed her enough to call? Next to her on the pillow, Jenny placed her cell phone and laid down in her favorite position, ready to dish all the juicy information she heard that day. They would compare notes and see who, if they both listened to the same news. Then all of a sudden, dinner! Dinner! The cat yelled. Jenny sat up at the start. Who said that? She said, looking around. But all she saw was her tabby cat licking his paws, but not saying a word. Did you have dinner, Thomas? She asked, then immediately chuckled to herself. Cats can't speak. Thomas just sat there cleaning his paws. Then she heard her mom. Jenny, get off the phone with Shelley, please. It's dinner time. Come, wash up, and then come on down to dinner. Jenny looked at her phone to see if she missed any call while she was in dreamland. Nothing. Her heart sank into her socks. It took everything for her to make it downstairs. She had no appetite, and well, felt as if the world was coming to an end. She did not know what she had done, but she was sure that that awful Yasmin had turned her best friend against her. She remembered she saw them snickering in the hallway, and she was sure that Shelley had told Yasmin all of her secrets. Oh, how could she? After the promise they made to each other never to tell? Oh no, that's why they were laughing, wasn't it? She was sure they were laughing at her. Oh, this is so horrible. Oh, this is horrible. A sob stuck in her throat. Her best friend. She did not only deserted her, but she betrayed her to their worst enemy. Tried to dry her tears and sat down to dinner. Oh, but dinner was long and tedious, and Jenny did not hear most of the conversation. She was lost in her own thoughts, pushing the food round and round in her plate. She was not hungry. Not even mac and cheese, her favorite, could make her eat. Her mom kept sending her glances her way, but she didn't ask Jenny what was wrong in front of the family. And for this, Jenny was extremely grateful because she did not think she would have been able to keep it together if she had to talk about the betrayal of her BFF. Finally, dinner was over. She was going through the motions of doing her after dinner chores, but her mind was on her lost relationship. At last, she was excused to go back to her room. As Jenny started up the stairs, her mom stated, Jenny, get ready for bed. Take your bath, and I'll come to tuck you in about in half an hour. Jenny took her bath and then she laid in bed, playing her bedtime game to unwind from a stressful day. At exactly around the time that mom said, about 8:45, her mom walked into the room. This time, instead of pulling up the chair like she usually did, mom told her to move over and hopped into bed with Jenny. She snuggled in her mom's wide open hug and without mom having us to say a word began to cry. She hates me, mom. She hates me. Mom just sat there, rubbing her head and allowing her to cry. There, my darling. It will be all right. Oh no, mom, it won't. It won't. I lost my best friend. Jenny responded. You have? Mom replied, as calm as ever. Tell me everything, Jenny. I saw you moping around for a few days now, and I realized you did not have your phone attached to your ears. So I figured something was wrong. The words just seemed to fall out of Jenny's mouth as she told her mom everything that had transpired. Told her mom about the most horrid week of her life. Mom sat there listening, not interrupting, nodding and saying, mm-hmm. Oh, I see. Just so that Jenny could know that she was paying attention. Mom was sure that she would finally run out of air or the story would come to an end. She was unsure which would happen first because Jenny was speaking without catching her breath. As she came to the account of all the horrible things Jenny thought she heard or just knew that Shelley was saying about her behind her back, oh, the waterworks flowed even more. Anyway, finally, she got it all out and felt so much better, even though she did not think it would make a difference. She hates me now, Mom. She hates me. Jenny ended her story and, turning her face into her mom's bosom, wept as if her heart was breaking. Jenny, Mom started, then paused to make sure her daughter had finished her story. Jenny, I ran into Shelley's mom today at the supermarket. And, well, we got to talking. And I found out that her daughter was walking around her house looking like you do right now. So we figured something was wrong. Jenny perked up. Maybe her friend did like her after all. Oh, but no, she couldn't, and still be treating her so badly. She sadly shook her head at what her mom said and sighed a great big sigh. It's probably something between her and her new best friend, Jenny said, tossing her hair behind her back and feeling very sorry for herself. Oh, Jenny, her mom sighed. Remember the Bible verse you learned a few weeks ago? Jenny looked up, rolling her eyes. What? What? Mom was going to talk about God now? Oh my gosh. When she just poured out her soul to her mom? Oh, Mom, I thought you understood. Well, you even cried with me. Oh, but I do understand, honey. And that's why I was crying for you. Because the enemy has you tangled up in his web of lies, strife, envy, and evil surmising. Oh, Jenny rolled her head, eyes so far back in her head, she felt sure that it was only white showing in that one. The scripture is 1 Timothy 6:4. Say it with me, Jenny, please. Mom asked. Oh, Mom, really? Yes, Jenny, please. Okay. They are conceited and understand nothing. They have an unhealthy interest in controversies, in quarrels about words that result in envy, strife, malicious talk, evil suspicions. Suspicions? Jenny allowed the word to roll on her lips. I'm not sure why you had me repeat that, Mom, but I'm not guilty of any of those things. The girl sat up in the bed, not wanting any part of her mom any longer. Okay, said Mom. Let me tell you what Shelley's mom told me. And Mom proceeded to tell Jenny of the rumor spread about Shelley that she heard Jenny started. Jenny looked at her mom in disbelief. Shelley believes I would say such awful things about her? Mom kept talking about Shelley trying to talk to Jenny at lunch, who turned and walked away. Uh, yeah, that's because Jasmine was with her, she interjected. Mom just kept talking, um, naming all of Shelley's that Shelley taught from Shelley's perspective. Mom, Mom, Mom. She finally couldn't take it anymore. Mom, you make me sound like a monster. Well, honey, this is how your friends saw your treatment of her when you did not have all the facts. And you assumed she was doing and saying things to hurt you, which was far from the truth. Same as all the information you provided me about Shelley, which are factless and baseless as well. You assumed that Shelley was giving all your secrets to Yasmin, and she was not. Shelley did not tell your secrets to Yasmin. And there was a reason she stuck to Yasmin's side even when she knew it was probably going to ruin your friendship. Jenny, Mom continued, you know what's going on in Yasmin's life right now? Yasmin's best friend from the country she moved from took ill and is in the hospital fighting for her life. The time she would typically spend with you, talking with you on the phone, Shelley used that time to cheer up Yasmin. and tried to keep her mind off her best friend's sickness. She wanted to tell you at lunch, but you walked away and pretended you did not see her. She figured you did not want to be her friend any longer, especially with all the rumors she thought she heard you say about her. Which is why she was home crying and why she has not been calling. You see, the jokes and the secret stuff were all to help Yasmin cope with one of the most challenging times in her life. So, envy, jealousy, and suspicion was your friend. And if you had just taken the time to speak to your very best friend, you would have been a help to her instead of wasting all these tears and thinking the worst of the very best friend you've ever had. Oh, honey, you owe her a considerable apology tomorrow. Oh, yes, Mom, I do. I really do. So, how about this? How about if we bake her favorite cake and you take it to her after school as a makeup gift? But what if she doesn't want to take me back? Asked Jenny, wringing her hand worriedly. There you go again, Jenny, jumping to conclusions. Besides, if you know Shelley, you know she'll be unable to resist my red velvet cake, said Mom with a wink as she slid off of Jenny's bed and walked out of the room. Jenny laid back. This was a happy sigh. She was going to have her best friend back. The end. So, hey, boys and girls, it's a lesson in suspicion, jealousy, and evil surmising. When we jump to conclusions and we do not have all the facts, this is what happens. Remember, evil surmising is one of the tools of the enemy. Don't be caught in his trap. Okay? Have a wonderful day. See you later, boys and girls.